Have you ever felt drained, lost, and manipulated in a relationship with a narcissist? Have you tried communicating, explaining, or even begging for understanding, only to feel like your efforts were in vain? If your answer is yes, then congratulations, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to explore a secret weapon, a hidden strength that you may not have realized you possess, the power of silence. That's right, silence is not a sign of weakness or surrender. When dealing with a narcissist, silence is the ultimate strategy, the most effective way to reclaim control and protect yourself. In this video, I'll explain why silence is so powerful in disarming a narcissist, and I'll guide you on how to use this tactic effectively. Let's get started. Your silence cuts off their narcissistic supply. Narcissists often use silence as a tool to abuse and manipulate you. They deliberately ignore you and refuse to talk to you, making you feel terrible, doubting yourself, and eventually begging for their attention. However, if you turn the tables and actively choose to be silent toward them, they will feel incredibly anxious and fearful. Your silence means they lose their supply of energy to fuel their ego. Narcissists thrive on attention from others, especially the anger and instability they can provoke. Every time you lose your temper or react, they seize the opportunity to escalate, fuel the fire, and further undermine you. For them, your reactions are the fuel that sustains their sense of control and power. But when you choose silence, you do what they fear most: you strip them of their most powerful weapon, your attention. Simply put, narcissists are like cars that constantly need fuel to run. That fuel is the attention, admiration, and validation from others. They can't produce their own fuel, so they must extract it from you. Controlling you is how they ensure their supply never runs dry. When you resist and refuse to let them control you, they panic, much like a car running out of gas. To a narcissist, you're nothing more than a toy for their use. They don't care about your true self or what makes you unique. They only care about how useful you are to them. They will use every trick to manipulate you into believing that you are wrong or flawed. But don't be fooled. The truth is, you've dared to take back control, making them feel threatened and hurt. Your silence will make the narcissist lose control. Narcissists are arrogant and delusional, believing they understand and control you completely. They underestimate you, assuming you'll always endure their disregard and silence. They never imagined that you could disappear from their toxic cycle. They don't foresee that you've awakened, recognized your worth, and are ready to walk away. Your silence is a secret weapon, depriving them of the supply they constantly crave and forcing them to face themselves, their distorted, narcissistic ego. In that silence, they wrestle with doubts and fears, worrying that you'll demand the apology or fairness they never want to give. They dread losing control to you because control is the key to their manipulation and ego gratification. The more they struggle, the deeper they sink into isolation. Their repressed rage spills over onto those around them because they can't handle being ignored. Like an animal losing its prized prey, they desperately search for a new supply. Narcissists are like children who always want to be the center of attention. They measure their worth through your attention. So, when you remain silent, they become insecure and fearful. They can't predict what you're thinking or planning, which drives them crazy. They'll do everything they can to extract information from you, from spying, calling your friends or family, and even hacking your social media accounts. They're particularly obsessed with whether you're dating someone else because it signifies they've been replaced. Silence is the sharpest sword in your arsenal when dealing with a narcissist, but only if you've truly freed yourself from any ties with them. If you're still entangled or have to cohabit or interact regularly, silence alone isn't enough. You'll need a more comprehensive strategy, an artful approach to both protect yourself and neutralize their toxicity. If you want to explore more of these strategies, check out the other videos on this channel where I've carefully curated and shared the most effective tactics for dealing with narcissists. In this video, we're focusing on harnessing the power of silence, the ultimate weapon to reclaim control and escape the cycle of manipulation. When you are silent, you conserve your energy. Reflect on your past relationship. After long, exhausting days, did you ever truly know what awaited you at home? A gentle, loving partner, or an angry monster? Their mood was entirely dictated by whether they had gathered enough attention and admiration from those around them, colleagues, friends, neighbors, or even secret relationships. Living in that relationship, you were constantly on edge, unsure of what awaited you. Manipulative tactics like gaslighting or cold, repeated silence became relentless tools that drained your spirit. Day by day, year after year, you lost yourself, becoming a mere shadow of who you once were. In a relationship with a narcissist, you were forced into silence and made to be a completely submissive extension of them. You became nothing more than an unpaid servant, an ever-apologizing figure, someone responsible for everything from paying bills to planning grand vacations, only for them to sabotage it all. You kept trying to hold on, to mend things, hoping to rekindle the passion of those early days. But it was all an illusion. The narcissist ensnared you by mirroring your deepest desires and then imprisoned you in the toxic fog they created. Now, as that relationship has ended, you are stepping into the light and onto the path of self-healing. Silence now is no longer submission but a declaration of victory. It signifies that you've broken free from their manipulation and are choosing to live a life for yourself. Silence helps you protect your precious energy, reserving it for those who truly love and appreciate you. Do not waste your time explaining or justifying yourself to those who don't deserve it. Be strong, move forward, and embrace the life you deserve. Silence is not only a way to preserve energy, but also a gateway to freedom and peace. Silence demonstrates your self-control. Imagine facing someone boastful and arrogant, relentlessly provoking and insulting you to incite a reaction. If you fight fire with fire and engage in meaningless arguments, you'll unwittingly fall into the carefully laid trap. They don't care about logic or truth. They only seek your reaction to feel superior. Your silence in such moments is not a sign of weakness or surrender, but a display of steadfastness and dignity. It radiates an unshakable inner strength, as if to say, I am unaffected by your antics. I am above this and will not let you drag me down. When you remain silent, you confuse them, even frustrate them, because they don't achieve their desired goal. They lose control over your emotions, which strips them of the sense of power they crave. Silence is an art. It is not merely the absence of words, but a way to assert confidence and self-worth. It carries a powerful unspoken message. Your words are not enough to sway me. I don't need to lower myself to respond, because my value does not depend on your recognition or opinion. By staying silent, you maintain control not only over your emotions but also over the situation at hand. Your silence is a powerful resistance, denying them the opportunity to achieve what they desire. They seek chaos, but you respond with calm. They want to fight, but you choose composure. And that disorients them. Instead of being a pawn in their game, you become the one who controls the board. Remember, silence does not mean surrender. It means you wisely choose where to invest your energy and attention. You don't need to explain yourself to petty provocations, nor prove your worth to those unworthy of listening. Silence is how you protect your inner peace. Stay firm in your stance, and refuse to be drawn into the negative emotional whirlwinds they create. Ultimately, silence is the ultimate power. Like a mirror, it forces the narcissist to confront the emptiness and weakness within themselves. Remain silent, not out of fear, but because you understand, I am strong enough not to play this game. My value cannot be dictated by you. And in that moment, you are the true victor. Silence helps you purify your relationships. Imagine this: among the friends you once loved and trusted wholeheartedly, one day you discover someone has betrayed you. They've become an ally, even a henchman, of the toxic narcissist who once tormented you without remorse. The feeling is like 1,000 knives stabbing your heart, a pain that's both unexpected and numbing. You ask yourself, how could someone so close to me do this? That betrayal not only hurts, but also shakes the trust you place in others. Remember though, you are not alone in facing this pain. Countless others have endured similar, or even harsher, betrayals. They've also fallen into the abyss of loss, but eventually rose, healing their wounds and becoming stronger than they ever imagined. If you've walked through such dark days, if you've fought through the pain to rebuild your life, you deserve not just a round of applause, but also admiration for your extraordinary courage and resilience. Escaping a relationship with a toxic narcissist is never easy. It's a journey fraught with challenges, where you face pain not only from that person, but also from your surroundings. You might feel isolated as the narcissist manipulates others to turn against you. You might endure emotional scars as your feelings and worth are dismissed. You might even face judgmental or unempathetic glances from those who haven't shared your experience. Even if you're fortunate enough to have a therapist, mentor, or a close confidant by your side, much of the time you'll still face your inner turmoil alone. You'll wrestle with unanswered questions: why me? Did I do something wrong? But in those moments of loneliness and despair, you'll discover the hidden strength within yourself. When you stop participating in the game they orchestrate, you reclaim control over your life. You're no longer swept up in cycles of anger, resentment, or endless drama. Instead, you learn to slow down and savor life's simple yet precious joys: a peaceful morning, a fragrant cup of coffee, or the serenity of being true to yourself. Silence is also a powerful test to reveal who your true friends are and who truly deserves your trust. Your social circle may shrink, but that's not as frightening as it seems. Those who remain are the ones who genuinely care about you, the pillars you can lean on during your toughest times. They're the ones who aren't swayed by lies or manipulation, who choose to stand by you because they see your true value. Looking back, you'll realize that the pain, betrayal, and loss became the driving forces that helped you grow and become stronger. You learn to love yourself more, cherish those who truly matter, and refuse to let anyone hurt you again. Life is a challenging journey, but those challenges teach you that true happiness and peace don't come from how others treat you, but from how you love and treat yourself. Use silence strategically to protect your inner peace. Narcissists always test how far they can push you, often through subtle provocations or manipulative actions. They aim not only to control you, but also to gauge your limits. If you respond with passive silence or tolerance, they immediately interpret it as weakness. This emboldens them, granting them permission to continue abusing your emotions and psyche. What should you do? Standing up for yourself is essential, but not by falling into their traps of arguments or direct confrontations. Arguing with a narcissist is like pouring fuel on a fire. It's exactly what they want: your reaction. Instead, adopt a firm, clear, and decisive attitude. You don't need to shout or get angry. Through your words or actions, show them you won't tolerate their toxic behavior, and they'll face consequences if they continue. One effective approach is applying the principle of natural consequences. For instance, if they attempt to provoke or insult you, you can calmly say, "I won't tolerate this behavior. If it continues, I'll walk away, keep my distance." This sends a powerful message: you're not someone who can be easily manipulated or controlled. You don't need to over-explain. Decisive action is enough to show them you're not a victim. While silence can be a powerful weapon, it isn't always the optimal solution. Silence can make them feel unsettled, especially since narcissists are highly sensitive to being ignored or abandoned. They despise losing control and may become more aggressive when they don't get a reaction from you. If you use silence effectively, it can become a poison pill for them. However, be careful not to let silence become submission. If your silence only emboldens them further, it's time to speak up. Be straightforward but not combative. For example, you can say, "I'm no longer interested in your games. If this continues, our relationship will end." The decisiveness in your words will shake their false confidence, as narcissists deeply fear losing people they can manipulate. To deal effectively, adapt your strategy to each situation. At times, silence is golden, helping you avoid unnecessary conflict and maintain your composure. At other times, you need to speak up to protect yourself, assert boundaries, and prevent further harm. Finally, remember that dealing with a narcissist isn't about changing them, but protecting yourself. They're unlikely to change, as narcissists rarely acknowledge their faults, but you can control how you respond, uphold your values, and ensure they don't steal your inner peace. Be the one who writes your own story, and don't let anyone else fill its pages with manipulation or insults. You have value, and no one has the right to diminish it unless you allow them to. Understanding the power of silence against a narcissist is only the first step. To truly escape the cycle of manipulation and reclaim your life, you need to equip yourself with more knowledge and skills. Remember, the journey to healing and growth after the wounds inflicted by a narcissist is not easy, but you are not alone. Connect with others who share similar experiences, seek support from professionals, and most importantly, always trust in yourself. You deserve a life of freedom, happiness, and peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future valuable content. See you in the next video.